Welcome to Redtastic. Story 1. Am I the a-hole for refusing to share my huge inheritance with my step-siblings? So I, 17 male, found out only a few weeks ago that my dad left me a lot of money in a trust. Like, it's such a crazy amount that I didn't really believe it at first, but it's true. The reason is my dad had inherited from both his parents already. He also inherited from the only 2 uncles he had as well, and one of them was very successful and had a business. This was all explained in a letter my dad wrote to me. He had the trust set up before he came into most of the money, but when he found out his cancer was incurable, he decided to put it all aside for me once all medical bills were paid off for him. My parents were separated, but not legally divorced when my dad was sick and died. But they weren't living together or a couple for years. This was 10 years ago. My mom found out about the money because she read the letter he sent to me about the issue. Then she insisted she was joining me to meet with a lawyer to discuss this. When my mom learned about the money, she told her husband, and suddenly the money became a very touchy subject. I can't touch it until I'm 19 with the way my dad set it up, so I have some time to deal with this. But my mom and her husband want me to share the money with my step-siblings, 14, 8, and 7. The money is enough where even if I pay for college and buy a house, I would have money left. The way the trust works, I was told it's also getting interest, which my dad had intentionally set up. My mom and her husband have struggled financially for years. They started dating when his youngest kid was 1. His wife had died, he was going through a legal battle with the mother of his oldest, and his oldest is in therapy for trauma caused by their mom. Also, his youngest was born with some medical issues and has lots of doctor's appointments. Between everything, money was tight. We live paycheck to paycheck, and I work to make my own life a little more comfortable. But we had no college savings or anything before this. My mom and her husband drained their own bank account to keep a roof over our heads. This has all been brought up to me as a good reason why I should do this. My mom told me it was selfish for dad to put it all away solely for my future, and he should have been thinking about raising me as well. She told me I might not call her husband dad or his kids my siblings, but we are a family, and that this family has been through so much together and we have struggled for so long, that it would be so good and generous for me to do this. I told her it's not like I can access the money now. She said no, but when I do, I should set up accounts for my 3 step-siblings, so they have a better chance at college. And if not college, the chance to have a help start in life. Despite all their trying to talk me into it, I said no. I told them I wasn't going to share the money. My mom was so mad. But it was nothing compared to how mad her husband was. They told me to quit being selfish and start acting with compassion. Am I the a-hole? You're not the a-hole, OP. At the end of the day, the money was your father's and now it's yours. I don't believe anyone should feel entitled to the money, and this includes your mom and stepdad. It really sucks that they are struggling and haven't been able to set up college funds for your step-siblings. But none of this is your problem. It would have been better if they hadn't shown any entitlement over this and just let you do whatever you want with the money. I would advise you to be cautious or leave that apartment if you can. Good luck, OP. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. So your mom's new husband is mad you aren't giving money to his children? This money came from your father. That was not their father, it was yours. This is whom your father wanted the money to go to. Explain to your mother that if they are going to punish you for doing exactly what your dead father wanted, they can go fly a kite. Mom should also ask her new husband to stay out of it. He isn't your father. Your mom should have never told your stepdad about the money. Now he feels entitled to it when it's none of his business. His children are not your responsibility, and this is why your father set the trust up this way. When you receive the money, you could set a sliver aside for each of the kids, only if you want to, and it wouldn't need to be anything near when they are suggesting. This is a gift from your father, not the a-hole. Not the a-hole, you're the child, which means your mother had an obligation to put a roof over your head. Their financial problems are not your problems. Their children are not your problem, so don't let them bully you into taking on their problems. Your dad was very smart to put it in trust. That way your mom couldn't get it. Obviously, he saw a future problem for you. This money was made by your family. It should stay in your family. Go to college, get a home, and have a nest egg. Whatever makes you happy, this is your dad's gift to you. Story 2. Am I the a-hole for telling my brother's fiancée that we don't owe her a family? My 25 females step-brother, Nico, 29, has recently got engaged to a woman called Jenny after dating for 2 years. We all tried to welcome Jenny, especially knowing that she grew up in the foster care system and didn't have family. We tried to get to know her, but she seemed to want an instant intimate connection rather than building one. Me and my younger stepsister, Chelsea, 22, bore the brunt of her neediness, but our parents have also expressed concerns. Since she met us, she has been trying to insert herself into pictures, family disputes, and social events. She has no boundaries. We've all talked to Nico about it so many times, even sitting him down as a family, and he keeps saying he will talk to her, but nothing changes. And it's got worse since the engagement. She tried to make me her maid of honor, demanded my mother throw her a bridal shower, started calling my parents mom and dad, even though they asked her not to, and reached out to distant family members that we don't even talk to tell them about the engagement. Last week, we were all, Chelsea, Nico, me, and our parents, staying at our parents' place. Jenny, Nico, and my boyfriend were the only ones not up yet, and the rest of us were in the kitchen. Chelsea, my mom, and I were talking about taking a weekend trip. Jenny came in, having overheard us, saying it sounded like fun, and proceeded to invite herself along. I was pretty annoyed by this and said she couldn't just invite herself. Jenny said why wouldn't she be invited, and I said, because marrying Nico doesn't give you a blanket invite to every single thing all this family does. Jenny got upset and said she would really like to be included in our family since it was the only one she knows, and she doesn't have a proper family. I said I know that and we all sympathize, but that doesn't mean we owe you a new one. The whole room was silent, and Jenny got up and went back upstairs. She didn't come out the rest of the day, but Nico came down to chew me out over what I said. Our parents defended me, saying he had an opportunity to talk to Jenny and he didn't. He and Jenny left the same day and is now only keeping low-level contact with everyone. When I've spoken to him since, he's just said I went way too low with what I said to Jenny, and that I've set her back mentally and that she's really down. I do feel bad, but I also feel like Jenny has been overstepping. We are all open to a relationship with her. We all have good relationships with partners in the family, but she never really made a genuine effort to build relationships with us. She just decided she was entitled to them, which I think isn't fair. I don't know if I should reach out to Nico or Jenny with a more fervent apology, which I will if I have really screwed up here. I don't want to be the reason Nico stops talking to us. I just feel like he dropped the ball by letting it get to this point. Edit. Okay, I'm adding this because I thought it was implied, but maybe not. We do push back when Jenny is being intrusive. I can't count how many times I've said, Jenny, I'm not comfortable talking about my sex life, therapy, medication, etc. It's really personal. Can we just change the subject? We move on from the conversation, but the next time I talk to her, it's back to square one. Same with my parents. They politely ask her not to call them mom and dad, and she stops for the duration of that conversation and then starts again next time. We've never had a more in-depth conversation with her. We offered, and Nico said no. He would talk to her. For everyone saying I should consider Jenny family because she's engaged to Nico, that isn't what I meant with that comment. I commented this elsewhere, but I'm copying because it encapsulates what I was trying to get across. I never said or meant that she isn't part of the family. I guess what I meant with that was, you can't parachute yourself in and expect us to be the family you deserve. Because the family every person deserves is one with their mom and their dad, and it's happy and is from birth, and you don't have to do anything to earn it. Sadly, not everyone gets that. I know I didn't. And I know how much it must suck for her to feel like she has to work for what other people got for free. I have a shitty biological dad, so I kind of know. You think, why do I have to be good and clever and kind and a million other things to have a good family, while all anyone else has to do is just be born? And it's the worst. But when you come into a family that already exists, that's the way it is. They learn to love you, and it takes time. My stepdad didn't love me the second he met me, or love me just because he loved my mom. He got to know me and figured out who I was as a person, and he loved me for me. We wanted to have that opportunity with Jenny, and maybe that doesn't feel good enough for her, and I guess it's not really fair that she doesn't have the other kind of unconditional love. But I don't think that's up to us or anyone to fix. That's just my view. Update. Long story short, we decided to have a session with a family mediator. It was me, my boyfriend, Jenny, Nico, my parents, and Chelsea. I'm not sure I can fit in all the insights from the session, so I'll keep to key things. Firstly, for all those wondering if Nico ever actually told Jenny what we said, Nico talked to Jenny about our concerns precisely twice. A third of the times we brought it up, she said it was presented to her as an offhand comment from our parents rather than the intervention it was. Secondly, basically one of the main things that came up was how Nico kind of sold our family to Jenny as a blended family she could slot into, and she got really invested in that. Nico said he kept hoping that it would all work itself out once Jenny felt more secure in their relationship. Then came the real crux. Jenny said she wasn't just looking for a relationship with Nico, but with the whole family. And we all had a long discussion about what that looked like for us in an ideal world. And it was vastly different. Then the mediator asked her the question, if you never get the relationships you want from this family, do you think you'll still be able to have a happy relationship? And she said she didn't know. This kind of triggered Nico, who said he felt like Jenny was making him feel like he wasn't enough on his own, that she wanted a family from him more than a relationship with him. Then Jenny got upset and said, why couldn't we all just try to be the family she needed? At which point my boyfriend had an uncharacteristic moment of insanity and went off on her. Then he and I left the room. I was right in the middle of lecturing him when everyone else came out except Nico and Jenny, and said they needed the rest of the session to discuss what had been said. Nico came back to our parents' place later and said he and Jenny are taking a beat because she's ruminating on what the mediator said, and he's pretty crushed that she might not want to be with him if he doesn't come with a ready-made family attached. He said he was prepared to pretty much give up a family for her, but she won't even give up the idea of one for him. He's now staying with my boyfriend and me until further notice. We haven't had any further conversations with him. And Jenny. He's not in the headspace for it. If they stay together, I foresee a lot more mediation. At the end of the day, everyone on the thread was right in some way. I was an a-hole for saying what I said in the way I said it, and this conversation between all of us should have happened earlier. Edit. My boyfriend didn't yell or raise his voice. He was very calm and collected in his response. But he normally stays out of this kind of stuff, so really, him saying anything was an uncharacteristic moment of insanity. And he just said that Jenny has been very quick to tell everyone what she needs from them, but doesn't give anything in return. And that people don't exist to be what she needs and wants them to be. He was harsh, but he wasn't wrong. I think you all took a step in the right direction going for mediation, OP. This situation is really complicated, and I'm glad more things are being put out in the open. Your brother lied to Jenny about your family being a blended family, and this might have made Jenny feel like it would be easier to be part of, which sort of explains her behavior. Jenny really wants to be part of a family, that much is obvious. So I understand it when she says she isn't sure she'll still be with your brother if she isn't fully accepted or part of his family. I would urge all of you to give Jenny more grace. I know you said you understand her due to your experience with your dad. Please use that experience to understand and empathize with her. Now for some comments. OP, you should apologize to your boyfriend. Sounds like he's got some great insight into this dynamic with your family and Jenny. I'm just surprised that it took your boyfriend to reveal that tough truth to Jenny and that the mediator didn't bring it up. Also, if even Jenny asked him to be at the mediation, then he had every right to speak. Kudos to your family for doing this mediation route, by the way. I don't think a lot of families would do that. Not the a-hole. Jenny is not the a-hole. Your brother is the a-hole. It sounds like Jenny was upfront about her expectations and she was misled by your brother. You and your family are entitled to boundaries. You conveyed to your brother on multiple occasions that you were uncomfortable, as well as directly to Jenny, and he did nothing to resolve this, nor did he communicate with Jenny. I feel sad for Jenny, but your brother redirecting her issues to the responsibility of your family is unacceptable. Nico really needed to hear that Jenny wasn't just looking for a relationship with Nico, but with the whole family. Jenny isn't emotionally ready to have a committed romantic relationship. She needs to resolve her trauma instead of trying to recreate the childhood she wished she had. Nico was willing to help prop her up by offering the crutch she was looking for, even though he knew he couldn't follow through. He lied and banked on everyone magically conforming without anyone being on the same page.